In the quiet moments of dawn, across half the planet, a silent threat awakens. It moves unseen through our most vibrant cities and our most tranquil villages. It doesn't announce its arrival with a roar, but with a nearly imperceptible hum. Dengue. For hundreds of millions, this single word represents more than just a mosquito bite. It's the beginning of a debilitating ordeal, a viral illness that can bring life to a sudden, painful halt. An infection can confine you to bed for a week or more. And, in a fraction of cases, it can escalate with terrifying speed, becoming a life-threatening emergency. But this is not a battle we are destined to lose. Understanding this adversary is the first step toward defeating it. This is your guide to spotting dengue, stopping its spread, and safeguarding your community. So, what exactly is dengue? At its core, it is a virus, a microscopic package of genetic information belonging to the flavivirus family, a notorious group that also includes Zika, yellow fever, and West Nile virus. But dengue has a unique and treacherous complexity. It exists as 4 distinct yet related types, or serotypes: Dengue 1, 2, 3, and 4. Surviving an infection from one serotype gives you lifelong immunity, but only to that specific type. Crucially, it does not protect you from the other 3. In fact, it can do the opposite. A subsequent infection with a different serotype can trigger a more severe, dysregulated immune response, a phenomenon known as antibody-dependent enhancement, which dramatically increases the risk of severe dengue. This immunological trap is what makes dengue a formidable and recurring global health challenge. The virus itself cannot travel alone. It relies on a highly effective and increasingly widespread courier, the Aedes mosquito, primarily Aedes aegypti. You can identify this species by its telltale markings: a small, dark body with distinctive white stripes on its legs and a lyre-shaped pattern on its back. Unlike many other mosquitoes that are active at night, the Aedes mosquito is a day-biter, with peak activity in the early morning and late afternoon, precisely when we are most active. This mosquito is a master of urban adaptation. It has evolved to live alongside us and thrives in our cities. It doesn't need vast swamps to reproduce. A bottle cap full of water is enough. This is why it is often called a container-breeding mosquito. Buckets, plant saucers, old tires, pet bowls, and clogged drains. Anywhere stagnant water can collect for a week becomes a potential nursery, turning our own backyards into the front line of this battle. The cycle is ruthlessly efficient. An infected female mosquito bites a person, ingesting the virus along with their blood. Inside the mosquito, the virus replicates and spreads to its salivary glands. From that point on, for the rest of its life, every person it bites is at risk of infection. Once the virus enters the human body, an incubation period of 4 to 10 days begins. Then, the symptoms hit, often with startling abruptness. The first sign is typically a sudden, high fever. This is quickly followed by a cascade of debilitating symptoms that have earned dengue the grim nickname breakbone fever. A pounding, relentless headache, a deep, aching pain behind the eyes, severe muscle and joint aches that make even the smallest movement an agony. Many patients also experience profound nausea and vomiting, and after a few days, a characteristic rash may appear, spreading across the body. For most, this is the extent of the illness, a miserable week of recovery followed by a period of lingering fatigue. But, for some, as the fever begins to subside, the most dangerous phase begins. This is when everyone, patients and caregivers alike, must be vigilant for the red flags of severe dengue. These are medical emergencies that require immediate hospital care. Watch for severe, persistent stomach pain, continuous, non-stop vomiting, any signs of bleeding, such as from the gums or nose, or the appearance of blood in vomit or stool, which may look black and tarry. Other warning signs include extreme fatigue, restlessness or irritability, and any difficulty breathing. These symptoms can indicate that the virus is causing the body's small blood vessels to become leaky, leading to a dangerous drop in blood pressure and potential organ damage, a condition known as dengue shock syndrome. When it comes to treatment, there is currently no specific antiviral medication to kill the dengue virus. Care is supportive, focusing on managing symptoms and, most critically, maintaining hydration to counteract the effects of fever and potential plasma leakage. Rest is essential. For fever and pain, acetaminophen is the recommended choice. It is critically important to avoid non-steroidal, anti-inflammatory drugs, or NSAIDs, like ibuprofen and aspirin. These medications can affect platelet function and increase the risk of bleeding, a serious complication in dengue. And above all, always follow the guidance of your local healthcare professionals. They are your most vital resource. While medical care is crucial for those who fall ill, the real victory against dengue is won through prevention. This is where every single one of us has the power to make a difference. The strategy is simple and fought on two fronts: block bites to protect yourself and eliminate breeding sites to protect your community. To block bites, use an EPA-registered insect repellent. Look for active ingredients like DEET, picaridin, or IR3535. For those who prefer a plant-based option, oil of lemon eucalyptus or PMD is also effective. Apply it diligently, especially during the day. Create a physical barrier. Wear long-sleeved shirts and long pants, preferably light-colored when you're outdoors. For an added layer of defense, you can treat clothing and gear with permethrin. At home, ensure your window and door screens are intact and free of holes. The air movement from fans can also help deter these weak-flying mosquitoes. If your home isn't securely screened, sleeping under a bed net is a wise precaution. The second front, eliminating breeding sites, is a collective responsibility. Once a week, walk around your home and property. Empty and scrub any containers holding water. This simple act disrupts the mosquito life cycle, which takes about 7 to 10 days from egg to adult. Check everything: buckets, plant saucers, tires, toys, and pet bowls. Ensure water storage containers and rain barrels are covered tightly. And don't forget to clear clogged gutters and drains, which are often overlooked mosquito havens. Community-wide efforts are incredibly powerful. One unchecked yard can sustain a mosquito population that threatens an entire neighborhood. When we work together, we create a shield of protection that no single household can achieve alone. Science is also providing new tools in this fight. Vaccines are now available in some countries, but their use is often targeted towards specific groups or those who have had a prior dengue infection, due to the complex nature of the virus. Availability and eligibility vary significantly around the world. Therefore, it is essential to consult your local health authority or doctor for the most current and relevant advice for your situation. The fight against dengue begins today, with you. Take this challenge: walk the perimeter of your home and find and remove at least 5 sources of standing water. Then, text a neighbor and encourage them to do the same. These small, individual actions, when multiplied across a community, have a massive impact. They break the chain of transmission. They stop an outbreak before it can begin. Stay sharp, stay hydrated, and share this knowledge. In the global battle against dengue, information is our most powerful weapon, and prevention is a responsibility that lies quite literally in our own hands.